welcome back to Telleries. Today I'm going to make a hair oil. So I've never really taken care of my hair well. So I never used to massage my hair with oil or do anything to take care of my hair, the hair growth or the graying. And I've colored my hair, and ever since my hair started graying and there's a lot of hair fall. So that's when I decided I had to do something about this. And especially because over here, when I just step out of the house, there are so many herbs and ingredients that are so good for hair growth. Like you can see right behind me, there's the Dodapatre leaves, or the Panikurka you call it in Malayalam. I think it's called Mexican oregano. And this is also very good for graying, reversing graying is what I've heard. So I am going to take you all through the garden to show you all these herbs and the process of how I'm going to make my oil. I've tried this hair oil. I tried it a couple of months back. I made it and I used it on my hair, and the hair fall has come down considerably. Like you can see, it's softer and nice. So it used to be very frizzy before. So I'm very happy with the results. And for this oil, I've used coconut oil from the mill. So we've gone to the mill where it's made, and we've got pure coconut oil, because most of the ones that you get commercially are not pure, and that's not going to help your hair. So let's go to the oil mill, buy the oil, and then let me come back and show you all the herbs that I'm going to use for the oil. These days it's difficult to get pure coconut oil, so we are going to this place where we can get fresh pure coconut oil.
So we don't know whether it's going to be cold pressed or hot pressed coconut oil, but yeah, we'll go and see.
We'll go and see.
But it's supposed to be fresh.
Yeah.
So we are here now at the coconut mill. So I'll just show you the place. So we'll have to remove our shoes over here. I'm going. So this is where the milling process happens. Okay, so the coconut is basically dried first like this, completely dried, sun dried, and then it's ground in here. And filter again, manual filter. Okay, so this is what they've made today morning after the grinding. So you'll have dust at the bottom also. You can see the bottom, there's dust over there. So then this is filtered further. Manual filter. 4 days. So it's just kept like that. After 4 days, this is what it looks like. So it will be hard, more or less. You can see the hand is clear also. Nice and clear. It looks like water. So that's what happens after 4 days. So ഇതാണ് filtration. ഇങ്ങനെ തന്നെ വെച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ അതന്നെ ഇങ്ങനെ തന്നെ വെച്ചിട്ട് അതങ്ങനെയാണ് സെറ്റിൽ ആയിട്ട് മോഡിലത്തെ മാത്രം. And then after that is done, the top, it's put in huge drums like these, and then from there it is put in bottles, 1 liter bottles, and that's what you buy. Ningale peru endanu? Sunil. Okay, this is Sunil here. He's the one who owns this place, and he's the one who does this whole process. So thank you, Sunil. So it's about 9 days it takes to dry the coconut out completely. After this coconut is opened out, it basically comes out like this. So you can see it's got a slightly, it has to dry up even more is what he says. So this is what it looks like. This has to dry for another 4 or 5 days more, and then after that is done, it becomes a little like that, what you saw in that packet there, and then it is ground in the machine. So what he basically says is it's been lying over here for almost 6 months now, because you need continuous sunlight for drying this, for about, like we said, 8 to 9 days of continuous sunlight, and that's unfortunately something we've not been getting over here in Cool.
He's also got some puttu podi, rice flour, ragi flour, all that is powdered here itself. Some honey, wheat flour, mutton masala, sambar powder, chicken masala, pork masala, coriander powder, chili powder, We have Kashmiri chili, biryani masala, garam masala, pepper powder, coffee powder. All this is powdered here, so it's pure and fresh.
So we've bought 2 liters of coconut oil, and we bought some ragi also, freshly powdered ragi that is made over here. So this coconut oil is about 260 per liter. So that's where we come to get our fresh coconut oil, and you've seen the process also now.
So this leaf you see here is called a Doddapatre leaf or the Panikurka in Malayalam. So you can see how thick the leaves are. It's quite juicy. I remember during my school days, whenever I had cold, my neighbor aunt used to bring these leaves, just a couple of leaves, heat it, and then squeeze the juice out of it and give it to us, and that used to help with a cold. It's supposed to be very good for a common cold. So we are going to use it for our hair oil today. We are going to use the Doddapatre leaf for our hair oil today, and it is said to be good for reversing graying. Now let me take you to the next herb. It's quite bright and sunny today. Not my kind of day. I like an overcast day, unlike many of y'all. So these are pepper vines. Next we have the red hibiscus. So we are going to use the petals of the flower as well as leaves. So this is also supposed to be extremely nourishing for the hair. So that's a red hibiscus. And then we have the guava leaves from the guava tree. We'll be using a few of these leaves as well. And the gooseberry. So gooseberry is also supposed to be, like all of you may be already knowing, amla is very good for the hair. So we have a gooseberry tree here. We plucked most of them. Then there's this leaf called Keshavardhini, and that's something we have in abundance over here, and we never really paid attention to it till one of my Facebook friends, Divya, mentioned about it, about how good the Keshavardhini is for the hair. So you can see these purple flowers here. This is a Keshavardhini plant. So we are going to use the leaves of this for our hair oil. This is the Keshavardhini leaf. And then we have the aloe vera behind it. You can see that's the aloe vera. You can use this as well for our hair oil. This is curry leaves, so we'll be using some curry leaves too. So like I said, we have all the ingredients for a great hair oil right outside our house. Hair oil, I've taken a handful of dried amla or gooseberries, and I'm powdering it Along with that, I have a couple of tablespoons of Kalonji and red hibiscus, the hibiscus leaves, the Dodapatre leaves, the guava leaves, Keshavardhani leaves and henna. I also have some aloe vera. So I'll show you how to remove the aloe vera gel. And then we have our coconut oil. So this is the coconut oil we bought from the mill the other day. You can see it's white and hard. That's because the weather's cold here. So that is one of the signs of the purity of the coconut oil. If it's adulterated, even in cold weather, it will not turn white or hard. So we have all our ingredients here. Now we need to grind all of them together and then heat it in the oil. So let me show you how to take the gel out of the aloe vera stem. So you need to remove this yellow liquid here. It stings. So you can remove that and then remove the gel. Remove the skin and take the gel out. You remove the skin like this. And you can scrape the gel out. You can do that even with the knife. So I've added all the ingredients here one by one. So we have the amla powder, the hibiscus leaves, the hibiscus flower petals, the Keshavardhani leaves, the henna, the panikurka leaves, and now I'm adding the kalonji seeds. And let's grind it all together. So here's our mixture along with the curry leaves. I forgot to add the curry leaves along while grinding, so I'm going to add it as is. So we have the mixture and the curry leaves ready. I'm using an iron kadai. So let's light it and add our coconut oil in. This is going to take some time because it's frozen. Not as difficult as I anticipated it to be. Make sure you keep the heat at low and not too high because we don't want to boil the oil. We're just heating it enough so that the herbs get cooked in that. The ground herbs get cooked slowly in this hot oil. As it's getting heated, let's add our ground paste along with the curry leaves. So towards the end, I'll be adding a little bit of a few peppercorns. So that's how we usually do for our regular use. We use some curry leaves and peppercorns so that the water content in the oil is evaporated and it's safer for us to use. Otherwise, you tend to get a cold if it is not evaporated well. The water content is not completely gone from the coconut oil. You tend to get a common cold. So we will be adding a little bit of a few peppercorns into it once it's done. Once it's almost done. We'll allow the herbs to cook in the oil for some time till the leaves turn crisp. You'll know it'll be brown and crisp. And then we'll strain it and use it. Keep it stored and use it over a long time. Because you don't need too much of this to massage your hair, just a scalp. Is massaging just a scalp would do the magic. So we have to allow the herbs to slowly cook in the oil so that all the essence of the herbs are infused into the oil. So it is on very low flame. And let's allow it to cook for some more time. Our oil is almost done. So to this I'm going to add a few peppercorns. 20 minutes now and I'm going to switch it off. Now let's allow it to cool and then strain it. So now let's take a clean and dry bottle The oil is reasonably cool now. And let's transfer the oil. So this, we're straining the oil and transferring it into a bottle. So here's our final product, the hair oil with all the herbs, good enough to nourish your hair. And you can give it a try. You can also add castor oil or gingerly oil. Deepu's making fun of me. I don't like this. He's not letting me talk. Okay. So you can add gingerly oil or castor oil along with this. I have used only coconut oil. So let me know in the comment section below how well your hair is growing as you keep using it. And remember to only massage your hair, massage your scalp. You don't have to bathe yourself in this oil. Just take a few drops on your fingertips and massage your scalp very well. Leave it there for around 1 hour and wash it off. Okay, so thank you very much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and click on the bell icon to get notifications on our upcoming videos, and like the video. Click on the like button if you like the content, and if you have any suggestions or comments, please feel free to write it below in the comment section. Thank you.